I'm going to comment on several things here. Here's the guy. It's one of those, I don't know what you call those things. Little mini pickup, but it's, I don't know. You can hear it revving up there. Probably got a little two-cylinder engine in there. Those things are tiny. But they're registered. They got license plates on them. But anyway, yeah, our friend's vehicle is showing a couple error codes. She hadn't even tried to attempt it. She hasn't run it through the emissions. Now the later ones, I just plug a computer into it. And if it doesn't, if it shows an error code, they won't pass it. One is that P420 error code, which is with the catalytic converters. This thing's got two, the left and the right catalytic converter. Now we played with oxygen sensors, and that didn't correct anything. Now there's a couple of recommended fixes here on YouTube. There's some chemicals you can dump in the gas that'll clean the catalytic converters, or you can take them off and then soak them in detergent. I've downloaded some of the how-tos. I watch them on my phone, I think I understand, but I'm just going to watch them again on my big TV so I understand. I'm going to run over to Walmart in a little bit and just see if they've got some cheap catalytic converter cleaner you put in the gas tank. You put the gas tank running for half an hour, drive it somewhere or run it for half an hour, and hopefully it cleans the catalytic converter. Because that vehicle's going to be a pain to get those catalytic converters off. This is one of those vehicles that have, I think originally was driven in snow country where they salt the roads. If you've ever, if you used to work on, what we call the desert cars, Arizona cars, where the stuff you can get off a little bit easier compared to stuff that rust real bad in the snow country. You either know what I'm talking about or you don't. I'm thinking this was a snow country vehicle. So if I can get that cleaner first, otherwise I think when I start trying to take bolts off, they're probably going to snap real quick. Exhaust manifold bolts are fun to take off, I can guarantee you. I say that with a bit of sarcasm. If you've ever done exhaust manifold bolts, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, there's another vehicle that we're looking at. Now, I haven't seen it. A friend of mine just looking at it on their. It's over at WSM. It's like a 1980 or 2000 rather Chevy Blazer. There's bad transmission. Last time my friend checked, he said it was $100. It's still got a week to go on the auction, so we can get that thing for free. I said bad transmission. So if I had to guess, I said it's probably the front oil pump, because that's going to be a 4L60E. It's the same one in my pickup. Now I've been through about 4 oil pumps on those things. They're not that hard. You got to take a transmission out, pull the front pump assembly out, but they're not that hard to do. The oil pump, because I said I've done it maybe 4 or 5 times. Actually, another pickup I've done it, put about 2 in there. So that oil pump is a weak point on those transmissions. If I had to guess, that's probably the problem. Of course, I've got a pile of. I've got one transmission that reverse didn't work. That would probably fit in there. That's got to be that same. I don't remember when they went from the 2.8 liter to the 4.3 liter, but I'm almost certain that's got to be a 4.3 liter. That little V6, same one with a pickup. I'm thinking if we get that, could have a spare engine and kind of trade parts back and forth. If worse comes to worse, if we can't get this vehicle to clear those codes, we might see if we can get that Chevy Blazer. Got a transmission, another pickup we could rob off of there. Friend's got a 3/4 ton with a V8 in there. It's got the 350. I'm getting a message on my phone. I was trying to read it. But anyway, they'll probably try washing out that catalytic converter first. Like I said, we've got a whole yard full of junk vehicles that have this and that wrong with them. I pick up, still got to figure that oil leak out, figure if it's a seal. I think if I get that Blazer and it has the same engine, could just get it registered for 90 days, use it, swap the engines around, swap the trannies around. Yeah, that's kind of a Mickey Mouse piddly thing to do, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, last thing I'm going to cover, I want to expand upon my Rick DeBrule video. I need to make this a separate video. Now, there's bound to be lots of people out there that have done the wild thing in the back seat of a four-door car, or maybe you're like me and have done the wild thing on the bench seat of a pickup. Now, maybe you were in the back seat doing the wild thing. Now, this video is kid-friendly now, so I hope by a wild thing you know what I'm talking about. I'm hoping most of us are adults here. But anyway, maybe you were with your romantic partner in the back seat and you had your radio turned up real loud. It's because you both enjoy the same type of music. Now, if one of you was a rocker and the other one liked country music or jazz or different music, then you probably shouldn't be together. But if you're rocking out to some heavy metal in the back seat doing the wild thing, yeah, I'm sure lots of people. Hey, how many people have done that? Now, I've done it on the seat of a pickup, a handful of times, but I didn't have the radio on because I was more interested in not being observed by anyone else. How many people out there have done the wild thing in a vehicle with or without the radio on? Just crossing it out there as I leave you in the shadows of the Estrella Mountains. They're probably having a race out there. The Infinity race is probably today. I don't know if they had a truck race out there yesterday. They have had the truck race out there, but I don't think they always do. They're going to have the Cup race tomorrow. They were saying something about an IndyCar experience. I'm not sure exactly what that entailed because they really didn't go into really great detail. I'm thinking that somebody is watching my videos and took inspiration and included it. And yeah, I hope they bring IndyCar racing or Formula One either to finish the National Raceway, or maybe they have a road course through downtown Phoenix. Maybe they'll do some electric car races. Love to see that also. Hey, my four race month would be. I'd love to see something like that. NASCAR, Indy, Formula One, and a series of electric car races in different Sundays, on different Saturdays or Sundays, whatever, on different weekends throughout the same month. Something like that. Now, I had an idea. Now, there was, I call it a 3-race day. Now, there were guys that would do that Coke race, and it was a 600-mile race. I remember where it was at. It was guys who do that. It was the same day they had the Indy 500. It was guys that would race part of that race, turn the car over to another driver. You'll get a helicopter ride from that track to the Indy Speed track, Indianapolis Raceway, and then finish the day on there. And I said, if you're really, really super ambitious, they usually do Monaco on the same day. That's over in Africa somewhere. You could start off the day in Monaco, do part of that race, do part of the Coke 600, and then finish out the day in Indianapolis. Man, that would be one hell of a race day for a really, really super fit. You'd have to be super fit you'd have to have a Learjet and sleep part of the trip in that Learjet to make that work. I just tossing it out there. Okay, love y'all. Let's keep life interesting. Das Leben ist ein Abenteuer. Salve and ciao. For that one special chick, Auf Wiedersehen. Leben Sie wohl and sayonara.